In the top stories, Federation launches flagship Transwater project. Health-wise panel addresses postpartum depression, and St. Kitts and Nevis elected to serve on UNEA 7 Bureau 2026. The details on these stories and more after the break.
Pick your daily reward from the Quartz Ready Cash Money Tree. Every customer is a winner with every loan of $3,000 or more from Quartz Ready Cash. Plus, you get to enter to win a weekend for two at Sandals. No deposit, no collateral needed. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Visit your nearest Quartz or Ready Cash location today or apply online at www.quartz.com. Get more for 2024 with Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
Mosoka, 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 mosoka.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I am Shaira Flanders. Nationally, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis launched the project preparation facility stage of the SKN Transwater project as a key element to achieve the Sustainable Island State Agenda and the United Nations 2030 Sustainable Development Goal, or SDG. The launch took place during a ceremony held on Tuesday at the Kuna Conference Center. The SKN Transwater project is a collaborative effort between the Federation and the Green Climate Fund, or GCF. The project should enhance the supportive framework for low-carbon, climate-resilient water supply. The project also focuses on integrating low-carbon, climate-resilient water supply systems into mainstream practices. During the launch ceremony, Honorable Conris Maynard, Minister of Utilities and Public Infrastructure, said, quote, "Although we are only at the project preparation facility stage, which we will see the rollout of feasibility studies, environmental and social impact studies, stakeholder and gender studies over the coming months," end quote. He expressed his wish for the project to be fully approved and implemented by the end of 2025. And in other news, the March 4th edition of Healthwise featured a discussion on postpartum depression, in which health experts explored the symptoms and psychological support available for postpartum depression. Dr. Carice Manchester, an obstetrician gynecologist, mentioned some of the risk factors for postpartum.
The biological risk factors are ones that we can't quite change per se, but there are some of those, and obviously a previous history of being depressed, having a depression or a mood disorder can put you at risk of postpartum depression and mood disorders. If you have a family history of mood disorders or mental illness in general. If during your pregnancy you had a depression episode, then postpartum you would be at risk for it as well. In a previous pregnancy, if you've had postpartum depression, then in the next one you're at risk for it as well. Bipolar disorder specifically is a very big risk factor for postpartum mood disorders.
Dr. Manchester also noted other risk factors for postpartum depression, such as age. Women older than 40 are at risk. Educational level and lack of social support, women who have experienced a recent catastrophic life event, job loss, and cultural expectations.
Difficulty with breastfeeding can also be a factor because, I don't know, but breastfeeding for me is one of the hardest things I ever do in my life. I have to say. I know some women make it look easy, but it can be very difficult. And then it adds to the whole difficulty of child rearing, and needing that support is important.
Also speaking on the panel was clinical psychologist Dr. Sherilyn Ward Crawford. She used the opportunity to highlight some of the symptoms of postpartum depression.
If the person is presenting with sadness, and it's persistent sadness, and when we say persistent sadness, we're talking about sadness that lasts for majority of the day, for majority of the days of the week. That is what we're looking for. And then we are also looking for lack of motivation. And it's the lack of motivation in doing things that they are accustomed to do, and they used to find some sort of pleasure of doing. So they're daily activities, and in this case, caring for the baby, caring for the home, etc. Lack of motivation in those things. If the person presents with either one of those first two symptoms, then we look for some additional symptoms that would help us to determine if the person is suffering with postpartum depression. So we look for some symptoms related to sleep, and it could be extreme. The person might be sleeping too much or not sleeping at all, okay? Or we look for symptoms associated with appetite, and extreme also. The person can be eating too much or not eating at all.
Postpartum psychosis is the severest form of mental illness in that category, characterized by extreme confusion, loss of touch with reality, paranoia, delusions, disorganized thought process, and hallucinations. Dr. Ward Crawford mentioned some postpartum mood disorders.
We would have persons experiencing what we call fatigue and low in energy and tired all the time. These are symptoms we are looking for. We're looking for symptoms related to hopelessness or helplessness or worthlessness, these types of feelings that they would get. And of course, it can be so severe that the person can present with recurrent thoughts of death, where, what would it be if I died? I wonder if I died, what would happen? How would I feel? Or they would have suicidal ideations, meaning now they are thinking that they want to kill themselves. And they could have it with a plan or without a plan. So these are the symptoms we are looking at. And we will want to know, is it mild, is it moderate, or severe?
Nadia Deming, a postpartum depression survivor, appeared on the program and spoke about her experience.
Overcoming postpartum depression was not something easy for me. I hesitated a lot because I believed that this was my new norm. This is my new life. My life would be sad taking care of this whole other human. And so it was a slow startup in getting over postpartum depression. But I had friends in my corner. Support is vital. I had friends in my corner that encouraged me first to join a small women group where there were different women there who struggled with different aspects of their lives. I think I was the only one there with the postpartum depression, but that was a start. And then I committed myself to a constant counseling with 3 C's. Andrea, I affectionately call her Angie. She is great when it comes to postpartum depression, and that is where I start to overcome or start to show some sort of progress when it comes to postpartum depression, along with the baby getting older, and so things get a little easier and understanding, getting a better feel of motherhood thanks to the counseling, and that is how I overcome postpartum depression.
Postpartum depression survivor Nadia Deming. And in other news, St. Kitts and Nevis, in the person of Honorable Dr. Joel Clark, has been elected to serve as rapporteur on the Bureau of UNEA 7, which will be held in February 2026. This decision materialized from the recently concluded United Nations Environment Assembly's 6th session, or UNEA 6, which was held in Nairobi, Kenya. The meeting there were 15 resolutions, 2 decisions, and a ministerial declaration aimed at confronting the planet's environmental crises head-on. The Federation was represented by Honorable Clark, Dr. Marcus L. Natter, Global Environment Facility, or GEF, political focal point, and Evan Parry, environmental officer in the Department of Environment. St. Kitts and Nevis's participation in UNEA 6 demonstrates the nation's approach to multilateral diplomacy and its commitment to sustainability. The outcomes of UNEA 6 serve as a call to action for all nations to address the environmental problems of the planet. St. Kitts and Nevis remains dedicated to this cause, inviting partners and the international community to join in the pursuit of a resilient, sustainable, and prosperous future for all. And after the break, lift application to be available from April 1st, 2024, and upcoming Agri-Easter night market to kickstart night market events. Stay with us.
Here are your Horsford's Value Mart IGA specials.
Running February 22nd to March 6th.
Now our Value Club Blue Tax specials. Lace chips $8.99. IGA and the Central Everyday Standard dressing $10.99. After popcorn, $7.99. Essential Everyday Mayonnaise, $16.99. Blue Ribbon Ice Cream, $32.99. Pearl Mix, Pancake Mix, $12.49. And now our very low weekly
Value deals. Ocean Spray Cranberry Drinks, $11.99. Post Honey Bunches of Oat Cereals, $12.99. Ensure, $8.99. Rice-A-Roni Dishes, $7.99. Ama Toothpaste, $14.99. Dawn Dish Liquid Soap, $12.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart. Tell them in Spanish.
Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
National Home Loans. Get your dream home. All could be yours. Walk through the door. Come take what you need. Get you the keys. All could be yours. What you deserve. National Home Loans. Get your dream home. Get your dream home. Get your dream home. National Home Loans. Get your dream home.
National Home Loans. Home ownership made easy. When you're with National, you're home.
We've been working to bring you our most reliable internet ever.
And today, we are very excited to offer gig speed on Flo's fiber-powered network.
The best entertainment experience in St. Kitts and Nevis.
And plans that give you everything you need.
It's a new Flo, and it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired by you.
Healthwise on ZIZ TV, Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Hosted by Dr. Malik Lescott, Dr. Jolette Woodley, and Dr. Patrice Lawrence.
Welcome back. Online application for the Livelihood Improvement for Family Transformation or LIFT program will open from April 1st, 2024. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development, Azilla Clark, during the March 6th edition of In Focus, explained the application process.
Our ministry is transitioning further into full utilization of our satellite offices. The Federation or Ireland is divided into 8 districts that coincide with the 8 constituencies. And within those geographic zonings, there will be at least one center where an officer is based daily. And so at that center, there will be support for individuals. But as we've seen from the back to school voucher, persons are becoming a little bit more fit with online registration, so they did not require as much. And we must state at this point that the online registration or seniors do not have to complete a verification process. They'll be grandfathered over into the LIFT program, because I know that in particular is the population that we're getting most queries about.
Application documents required are a valid Social Security ID, proof of address, pay slips for the past 2 months where applicable, and a copy of birth certificate for all minors listed in the application. For current PAP recipients eligible for LIFT, re-verification and update of information on original PAP application is required with the exception of seniors. You may access the PAP application portal at pap.gov.kn using Social Security number to update and resubmit applications for LIFT benefits. Minister of Social Development, the Honorable Iselin Phillips, says the government is working to reduce the poverty rate in the country.
We have implemented and instituted an approach to programming that is fair, that is clearly transparent in certain ways, and it's intended to be able to be established as a programmatic, clear approach with rules and guidelines and policies and procedures. So that's the aspect for better programming. Empowerment opportunities connects to what we were saying in terms of what we plan to offer in terms of self-development activities. So we're trying to break the attitude and the culture around you just get free money with no co-responsibility. Part of receiving social assistance from the state is we assist you to ensure that you don't fall into poverty and get left.
Minister of Social Development, the Honorable Iselin Phillips. And in other news, the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Marine Resources, in collaboration with the Ministry of Small Business and Entrepreneurship, is inviting all interested persons to register early for a chance to secure their stall at the highly anticipated Agri-Easter Night Market this month. Slated for Thursday, March 28, 2024, the Easter Night Market will feature local cuisine and cultural presentations ranging from drum presentations to poetry, live musical entertainment as well. This night market kicks off a sequence of themed events scheduled throughout 2024. This initiative represents the government's continued commitment to fulfill its promise of establishing markets for farmers, fishers, and other food producers. Registration forms are now available at the Bastille Public Market, the Department of Agriculture Lagreet, Department of Marine Resources, and the Ministry of Agriculture Building Number 16, Port Zante, St. Kitts. The Agri-Easter themed night market will take place at the Bastille Public Market, Island Bay Road, St. Kitts, and is scheduled to run from 5 p.m. until 10 p.m. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, accompanied by Minister of Sports, Honorable Samuel Duggins, held discussions with the President of Cricket West Indies, or CWI, Dr. Kishore Shallow, during a meeting at the Prime Minister's office on Wednesday. Dr. Shallow is in the Federation as St. Kitts is currently playing host to the CG United Women's Super 50 Cup and the T20 Blaze Regional Tournaments. The CG United Super 50 Cup matches are being played at Warner Park, the Connery Cricket Centre, and St. Paul's Sports Complex from 4th to 25th March. The T20 Blaze will run from 17th to 25th March at Warner Park. And coming up in regional news, Antigua and Barbuda seeks exemption from full free movement of CARICOM nationals. The details when we come back.
You have dreams you're imagining, goals you'd like to achieve. We're ahead to see you through. We're invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with a legacy of commitment you can trust. Help to walk along with you. Want you to know we care, and we will strive to do our very best to help in your success. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Attention, savvy shoppers.
Brace yourself for the Bright Deals electronic sales boom at Orchard's Building and Nevis Centers, where big savings are about to go. Get ready
for the bombastic 25% off all electrical items store-wide for the entire month of March. From gadgets to lighting, now is your chance to brighten up your space without dimming your budget. Rush to Horford's today and let the bombastic savings go. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
We've been working to bring you our most reliable internet ever.
And today, we are very excited to offer gig speed on Flo's fiber-powered network.
The best entertainment experience in St. Kitts and Nevis.
And plans that give you everything you need.
It's a new flow, and it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired. And it's all inspired by you.
Thank you for staying with us. On the regional scene, Antigua and Barbuda will not participate in the full free movement of CARICOM nationals, which is set to be implemented by March 31st, 2024. The announcement comes from Ambassador to CARICOM, Dr. Clarence Henry, who says the country is taking a realistic position on the issue. Here's more.
Antigua and Barbuda has long been on the forefront of regional migration, earning itself the moniker the melting pot of the Caribbean. However, the Twin Island state says the move by CARICOM towards full free movement is a step too far, at least at this point.
We have concerned that if we were to allow the unrestricted flow of CARICOM nationals into the country, that it will imperil, among other things, our social services.
Ambassador Henry says the country could not be accused of being anti-regionalist, given its record of welcoming CARICOM nationals over time, but cannot take this additional step now. He says this would be counterintuitive.
Sending states do not want to provide any type of assistance to a place like Antigua and Barbuda. Remember, we do not have gold, silver, bauxite, oil. We do not have it.
Instead, the country wants to continue with the current regime, which gives certain categories of skilled nationals the opportunity to live and work. The aim is for this to address labor force demand in the local market and to advance the country's economic imperatives. For other CARICOM nationals, the current arrangements would continue a 6-month stay once they meet the requirements. CARICOM heads are to meet again on March 15, where a decision will be made on the policy towards full free movement of CARICOM nationals.
We are optimistic that the heads would accept Antigua and Barbuda's requests and pleadings with respect to utilizing the skills regime, maintaining it in its current status. So we anticipate that those who are not going the route of full free movement will adopt and maintain the skills regime.
Antigua and Barbuda has indicated it will signal to the CARICOM Secretariat when it can allow for full free movement of community nationals, but this decision will be determined by domestic considerations, not by external.
Meanwhile, a powerful Haitian gang leader warned Tuesday that the current chaos engulfing the capital Port-au-Prince will lead into civil war and genocide unless Prime Minister Ariel Henry steps down. Here's more.
Despite being under UN sanctions for human rights abuses, Jimmy Cherizier is currently one of the most powerful men in Haiti. On Tuesday, the gang leader, who also goes by the name Barbecue, made an anonymous threat against the Haitian Prime Minister.
If Ariel Henry doesn't resign, if the international community continues to support him, we'll be heading straight for a civil war that will lead to genocide.
Cherizier's comments came after the Prime Minister touched down in Puerto Rico. Local media reports said Ariel Henry had tried to land in the Dominican Republic. The country has shut down its airspace to flights going to or coming from Haiti, with which it shares a border. Haitian soldiers have been tasked with defending the international airport in Port-au-Prince amid an assault by armed gangs. The group stepped up violence last week and raided 2 prisons, resulting in dozens of deaths and the escape of thousands of inmates. According to the UN, at least 15,000 residents have recently fled the worst-hit areas of the capital. This man is one of them.
These men had warned us that they were going to start fires. They made good on their threats. They said they were going to invade the penitentiary. They did. They said they were going to burn down this police station, and they did. They're showing that the police don't matter.
Crises plaguing Haiti have worsened since the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in 2021. Henry, who leads an unelected interim government, had pledged to step down by February, but delayed the process, citing lack of security.
Coming up, Indian police arrest 5 more after Spanish tourist gang raped. International news is next.
You're never too young to start planning for your financial future. That's why I decided to visit National Caribbean Insurance to speak with one of their friendly sales agents.
Here at NCI, we strive to ensure customer satisfaction by choosing the right policy for you. Our endowment plans provides customers with adequate returns on their investment. The quinquennial bonus policy offers a 25% payout of the sum assured every 5 years. Other life insurance packages can help to secure your family's future. Also, please consider our health plans so you can be reimbursed for medical expenses to ease financial impact. Just remember, the younger you are, the more affordable insurance is for you.
Don't wait until it's too late to apply. Make an appointment to see a sales agent.
Visit us today. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Join us on ZIZ TV for Youth Lounge with Skanipa, a talk show on vital topics such as tourism, entrepreneurship, education, religion, sex education, and mental health, featuring experts from St. Kitts and Nevis and the Caribbean region. Tune in live on the 1st and 3rd Wednesday of every month at 8:30 p.m. on ZIZ TV.
On the international scene, Indian police have arrested 5 more men in connection with the gang rape of a Spanish tourist, taking the total detained to 8, local media reported on Tuesday. The attack on the woman, who was on a motorbike trip with her husband, took place last week. Here's more in this France 24 report.
Hooded and bound, 5 suspects arrested on Tuesday joined 3 men detained earlier, all accused of the gang rape of a Spanish woman in the eastern Indian state of Jharkhand. Fernanda had been travelling across India by motorbike with her husband, sharing their adventures on Instagram. At the weekend, instead of their usual travel videos, the couple made a post, since deleted, telling their followers that they had been attacked by several men who they say violently assaulted the couple and raped Fernanda.
We have arrested all 8 suspects involved in the incident. Now they must be punished according to the law. For this, we have sought assistance from the forensic team and the Criminal Investigation Department. Additionally, we are using all the scientific evidence gathered by the forensic lab to build a strong case against them.
On Tuesday, Fernanda posted a written message to Instagram welcoming the arrests and thanking all those who supported her and her husband. She wrote, "Everything has gone very quickly. The police have been tremendously efficient. I ask for justice for all the women who also go through this, that it is not just me. We all deserve the same." That justice may be slow to come for most women and girls in India. Fernanda's case is just the latest in a long history of violent and sometimes fatal gang rapes in that country that have caused outrage there and worldwide. Previous high-profile sexual crimes have sparked protests, resulting in some changes like increased sentencing. But rape is epidemic in India, and it's a crime that largely goes unpunished. According to the National Crime Statistics Bureau, 31,000 rapes were reported countrywide in 2022. But in the past, the Bureau has found that up to 71% of rapes go unreported, and other studies have put that figure as high as 99%, with most perpetrators the husband of the victim.
Against medical advice, a 62-year-old man from Germany has been vaccinated 217 times against COVID, doctors report. Here's more in this Euronews report.
A 62-year-old German man from Magdeburg claims he has been vaccinated against COVID-19 217 times. 134 of those vaccinations could be officially confirmed. A team of researchers found that his immune system was functioning normally without any side effects. According to German media, he was able to purchase and administer the vaccines privately over a period of 28 months.
Up next in sports, St. Peter's and Keon Rockets FC end the matchup with 1-1 draw, and Mbappe tension overshadows PSG's crunch Champions League date. Stay tuned.
You're never too young to start planning for your financial future. That's why I decided to visit National Caribbean Insurance to speak with one of their friendly sales agents.
Here at NCI, we strive to ensure customer satisfaction by choosing the right policy for you. Our endowment plans provides customers with adequate returns on their investments. The quinquennial bonus policy offers a 25% payout of the sum assured every 5 years. Other life insurance packages can help to secure your family's future. Also, please consider our health plans so you can be reimbursed for medical expenses to ease financial impact. Just remember, the younger you are, the more affordable insurance is for you.
Don't wait until it's too late to apply. Make an appointment to see a sales agent.
Visit us today. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
First up in sports, on Saturday, Flow 4G Keon Rockets FC and Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis St. Peter's FC ended their match with a 1-1 draw. More in this report.
The 2024 National Bank Premier League got underway on Saturday, March 4th, with two exciting matches. Flow 4G Keon Rockets FC drawing 1-1 with Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis St. Peter's FC. And in the second match of the doubleheader, Sol Island Auto Supplies Connery FC losing 1-0 to Honda Newtown United. Both matches were live on Television Caribbean TVC Channel 40. Here are highlights of Keon and St. Peter's with commentary from Derek Mills and Essington Watts.
He missed the player, but there's Figo with the ball. Still, shot comes in there and Zelan making that save, a better save. As you see, Tyrrell with a shot, but Zelan with a better save. Essington hitting the outswinger, hitting that one head going up, and it's into the back of the net. St. Peter's going up some 1-0. Gordon getting that one for St. Peter's, and Gordon so far they have been very flat. St. Peter's have been all over them, and now they're looking to see, and it's into the back of the net. Shaheem Prentice getting that one off of the head from the corner kick. Shaheem flicking that one into the back of the net, and it's Keon getting the equalizer here.
In the Newtown Connery match, the lone goal from Newtown came from Akimba Lawrence early in the second half.
That one across, and Lawrence putting that one into the back of the net. We saw Samuels juggling that ball, misjudging it there. Essington hitting it onto the crossbar, not managed to get enough on it, and Lawrence pouncing on that ball and putting it into the back of the net.
After that match, Newtown's newly appointed coach, Jeffrey Pedro Hazel, was pleased with the performance of his team.
It's the first game of the season for us. Thought the team played pretty well based on what we were looking at for the last couple of weeks. And so they were able to go out there tonight and play according to the game plan. They stuck to what we decided that we were going to play.
Paris Saint-Germain's preparations for the Champions League last 16-second leg away to Real Sociedad have been overshadowed by coach Luis Enrique's handling of starman Kylian Mbappe. PSG have suffered numerous humiliating defeats at this stage of the Champions League in recent years, but they are ideally placed to advance to the quarterfinals this time after winning 2-0 at home. Here's more.
Paris Saint-Germain trained Monday night in San Sebastian ahead of the second leg of their Champions League last 16 tie with a cloud hanging over their star player. Kylian Mbappe was substituted at half-time in the French champions' goalless draw in Monaco last Friday. He set tongues wagging when he joined his mother in the stand for the second half rather than sitting on the bench. It was a further sign of discord between PSG and Mbappe, who has said he will not sign a new contract for the club at the end of this season. Coach Luis Enrique's reaction to questions suggests the matter is not yet resolved.
Oh, it's about Kylian, isn't it? Oh, it's complicated for sure. Are you going to go there? You didn't understand? Oh, neither did I.
PSG have a 2-0 lead from the first leg. Real Sociedad coach Imanol Alguacil has taken heart from his team's performance in Paris and thinks they can spring a surprise.
I have no doubt that if the team play like we did in the first leg, especially in the first hour, we can score that first goal and, with the support of our fans, turn the game around.
And he is not staking anything on Mbappe being missing.
Obviously, Mbappe is unique, but if he doesn't play, someone else just as good will.
Despite being one of the world's richest clubs, Paris Saint-Germain have regularly flattered to deceive in the knockout stages of the Champions League. But on Tuesday night, a draw or even a narrow defeat will be enough for them to reach the quarterfinals for the first time in 3 years. It's likely to be their last opportunity to do so with Mbappe, their last remaining Galactico.
And when we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.